first. Wait, looks like it's working. Hello, everybody. Chloe Lewis here, founder of the Marma J Foundation. Going to be opening up my channel so I can make sure it all looks good and it all looks great. Wonderful, wonderful. I will not be keeping this open though because I also need to have my Telegram open for the actual call. So the call starts in about 13 seconds. So we are going to get to the page. We are going to get the call started, and the Telegram group's been blowing up. So welcome to our weekly community call. We're going to be going through the retrospective, a look back through October. It's October 31st today. And so we are going to be going through what the month of October has looked like so far. So let me get my volume up. There we go. And we'll let some people enter the chat as well. People are kind of sharing their different renditions of Marma J Chan in the chat, which is wonderful. We'll talk about Marma J Chan in a second. And it's been very cool to see different people's apparently someone just bought someone's Marma J Chan that we just created. So before I get too started into the chat, I suppose I'll let Bianca join the chat, hopefully. I'm assuming she's in the other room doing something.
I'm here.
There we go. Bianca made it into the chat. How you doing, Bianca? Ricky is also saying, no worries. Come when you can. And if you can't make it, no worries. So Ricky, our every week I keep saying our soon to be council member, is going to be a bit late today. Rebecca will hopefully make it. She's still out in Lisbon, so I know the time difference and everything like that could be tough. Hey there, John. Welcome to the community chat. Glad you could make it in. You're pretty new to the community as well, so it's great to have you in this chat. So for this chat, you could just listen in. We talk on Telegram.
It feels good to be here. Thank you guys for having me, man. But I'll be doing more of listening actually because I'm in a noisy environment.
Yeah, no worries as well. Listening is more than okay. We have these chats on Telegram. We have them on YouTube so that they're recorded. And hey there, Rebecca. Glad that you could make it.
Hey, Rebecca. Hi. It's been a minute, everyone. Hello. Happy to be back. Don't mind my cold voice of post-event disgustingness. But yeah, so happy to be here. I got the time wrong, actually. So it's a good thing that I was looking at my phone. My bad. That's when you know you've been gone too long, when you forget the time of the weekly call.
No worries at all. Doing great. As you can see, the chat has been exploding and having a lot of fun with Marma J Chan, which is great.
Yeah, so cute. So cute.
So that's been wonderful. Actually, apparently someone actually purchased the first Marma J Chan. I'm not sure who it was. But that
I wonder.
Was that you, Rebecca?
Might have. I'm not gonna own it, but yeah, maybe. It was a very, love the image, the artistry, of course. And then the messaging behind it fits so well, so nicely. And of course, it needs to be besties with Mir Chan. Works out quite nicely.
Yes. Hopefully we'll see some, Near Chan, Marma J Chan, creations together. We also put in Bianca's the one who worked on the majority of the Marma J Chan. So hands up to Bianca. Thank you so much for your work on that.
Yes.
But hopefully we'll also see some, some pot cake submissions in some of these Marma J Chan renditions would be wonderful as well. Diax, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but welcome to the chat as well. I know you're pretty much brand new to the community. I know a lot of people have been coming in from last month's DAO NFT collection that we were doing. We collected a lot of NFTs from Paras as well as Mintbase, and it's great to see so many of the artists we actually collected NFTs from joining the chat now and getting involved with Marma J Chan submissions. So if you would like to ever unmute yourself, ask questions, ask what the heck am I rambling about, please feel free to either unmute and just interrupt me. You could also just type out in the chat and just ask questions there. I'm kind of looking at the chat as I'm kind of, talking away on YouTube and everything else. And you could also just ask questions on YouTube. I'm not watching the YouTube chat, but you can ask them and I'll respond to them after the call's over in the comment section. So as I said, today we're going to be going through the retrospective, a look back on the month so far of October. So I'll pin that retrospective here in the chat so everyone can kind of follow along and see what we're going to be talking about. If you want to look at September's retrospective and see what September looked like for the Marma J DAO, that's at the very top, so you can see what we did last month. Also, I know some of the artists that were in the community were submitting to our open call. What that was a way for artists to submit their own definition of love, support, and creativity, and through that earn a small 2.19 Marma J reward bounty, and then get invited to join the Marma J Mint-based store to continue minting NFTs with that theme. That has been closed now and has been revamped and turned into the Marma J Chan submission form. So if, the DAO Council, which is Rebecca, myself, and Bianca, if we really, really like one of the Marma J Chan submissions, we will reach out to someone individually and ask if they would like to be added as an artist to the Marma J Mint-based store. We will send them some Marma J tokens as well, and they will be allowed to continue minting on the Marma J store. But that's not for right now. Let's get through the rest of it. So if anyone has any questions deeper about any of these topics, feel free to pause me and ask, but I'm going to run through these relatively quickly because they are all able to be looked at on your own time through the links. So we continue to be involved with DeFi within the Near ecosystem, and we're also testing out Aurora as well on Trisolaris. So from a very high level, we have quite a bit of liquidity on Ref Finance. So if you have no clue what the Marma J token is, you can go to Ref Finance right now and you can see the Marma J token has liquidity for WNear, STNear, Ref token liquidity. We have Gitcoin token liquidity as well. So we have a variety of liquidity pools managed by the Marma J Foundation. So if you are a community member and you earn some Marma J tokens for whatever you end up doing in the community, you can go on Ref Finance, you can sell that Marma J tokens, you can get some Near, and you can interact with the rest of the Near ecosystem. But we also partake in yield farming as well to earn some Ref tokens to continue to be able to help govern DeFi on Near. And that also has led us to, take some of our assets across the Rainbow Bridge to Aurora. And we also have a very little bit of liquidity on Trisolaris as well. So I did a video on the YouTube channel earlier this week going through Ref farming. So if you want to dig into that, I can drop a link here later in the chat about that. If you have any questions about DeFi, please feel free to ask them in the chat later on, and we can go through that as well. We had our first Creatives DAO funded proposal, and in my opinion, it was a huge success. So that proposal, I'll actually share that proposal here because that is the proposal that led many of the people who are in the chat now to take part. So we actually requested funding from the Creatives DAO to be able to purchase NFTs from the Near community on Mintbase and on Paras. So that 225 Near that we received is what we actually ended up using to purchase NFTs from the people listening and the people in the community now to add to the Marma J DAO's collection. And so I will actually try and open up the collection tab. I have it on a different tab, and so we are going to actually show the treasury. So this is the actual treasury that we have available, and I'll open it on my tab here that we have on OBS as well. And so you'll be able to hopefully see at least the NFTs we've collected on Paras. It doesn't always work 100%. Astro DAO still has some updating to do, but it eventually should load with at least the NFTs that our DAO has collected so far on Paras. So if you check that out, you might see some of your own NFTs that you've submitted to this collection form on in our DAO collection there on Astro. So hopefully over time, that'll be full of different Marma J Chan renditions from the community, and I'm very excited about that. We're gonna put in another submission for November so we can continue collecting NFTs from the community. We had a few different members from the community submit proposals to mint on the Marma J Mint-based store. So that was really cool. We had a sticker pack also created. I'll definitely share that one, but if you try and send a sticker in this, yeah, it does take a little while to load. And that was pretty funny. But if you look at this, we also have a sticker pack created. Bianca is going to be, hopefully, from what I hear, creating a sticker pack based on different Marma J Chan renditions. And we're going to be aggregating, so pulling together. Go ahead, Bianca. Share your piece.
The rumors are true, is what I'm going to say.
Nice. Yes. Okay. When can it be expected?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's a tough question. So I came up with this idea last night, and we'll see. Hopefully by the end of November is my goal.
Sounds good. Glad to hear it. I think we'll all be looking forward. Sticker packs the best.
Yes. I mean, personally, I love sticker packs. I think they're a great way for a community to like rally behind their creativity. Also, because we can add a sticker pack to this actual Telegram chat, it'll be awesome to actually aggregate multiple different sticker packs together. So we have our old sticker pack, you know, the smileys and the different like queer themed smileys, which are great. We have the new sticker pack created by Carolina, which, you know, has different love themed stickers. And then we have Marma J Chan, which we can all kind of bring together into one super large sticker pack for the communities, which is very exciting. We also approved our largest payout so far. So $1,000 worth of Marma J tokens went to the Near Multi-Call team, composed of Chluff and Len Kazar. If you see them running around the chat, they are two developers who took part in the MetaBuild hackathon, and they actually completed a way for the DAO to be able to swap our Near tokens with Marma J tokens. So the idea here is that as we earn Near tokens into our DAO address, so on Astro DAO, we earn Near from different NFT sales or through grant donations or distributions. We will be able to automatically, once a week through using CronCat as well, automated transaction scheduling, we will be able to every week put a vote onto our DAO that swaps the Near through Ref Finance and gives us back Marma J tokens. So that was super exciting. We ended up giving them $1,000 worth of Marma J tokens, and they're going to be continuing to work on this project, and we're going to be distributing funding to them to support their developer initiatives every 2 weeks. So very excited about that. That should be coming up in the next couple of days, their next payout as well. We also have a developer working on a dashboard so that the marmaj.org website will eventually be a full DApp. So in the start, it's just going to be log in with Near, see your Marma J balance, see your Near balance, and maybe also see some NFTs that you've collected from the Marma J Foundation. But eventually, we want to make it so that the marmaj.org website is a one-stop shop for everything you need to do in the foundation. So whether that's submitting proposals to the forum whether it's submitting payout proposals to the DAO so you can earn more Marma J tokens for the work that you do to support the community, whether it's even minting on Mintbase. So if you are an artist in this chat and you would like to support the Marma J Foundation more, feel free to send me your Near account and we can add you to the Let's BB Creative Mintbase store. So I'll pull that up. Oops, sorry, that's what happens when I'm using the computer and using the chat at the same time. And I end up pinning something incorrectly, but that's okay. So the Let's BB Creative Mintbase store, I will drop it in the chat. So that is Let's BB Creative store. Many community members have already joined this store, and I will just share it quickly on my screen as well. You can mint anything you'd like on this store, obviously within reason. Anything that is either too lewd or just shouldn't be does not stand for the Marma J mission of love, support, and positivity. We will end up removing you as a minter from the store, but anything within reason, feel free to mint this on the store. We have many different people in the community minting here, and it is also a place that we look to collect NFTs from for the Marma J Foundation. So all you have to do to be added to the store is basically drop a note in this chat saying, hey, I would like to be added to the store. Here's my Near account, and we'll add you to the store. You can go ahead and mint on Mintbase. Maybe it's your first time minting on Mintbase, because having a store does cost 6 Near to get started, to get your own store. And then 50% of the sale goes back to the DAO, and then the 10% of the royalties also go back to the DAO. This is to help the DAO to continue to earn some Near tokens, like I said previously, and then we are going to take those Near tokens, convert them into Marma J, and then distribute that Marma J back to the community for their projects. We had a community member write a blog post about blockchain gaming. In my opinion, it's super cool because this is a community member that we've been supporting for quite a while. I'll drop this post here. We've been supporting them quite a while, actually playing Axie Infinity. So we don't just support the Near blockchain. Our DAO is on Near, our token is on Near, but we do have assets on Ethereum. We have assets on Ethereum layer 2, like Aurora, Arbitrum, Optimism. So if you've never heard of those before, that's totally fine. But that's just to say we also have assets on Ronin. And we also have a couple of Axie Infinity teams that we support 2 different people playing Axie and earning SLP as they play. Personally, I play Pixel Pets on a daily basis. And so if you've never heard of Pixel Pets, I would definitely suggest you at least play once. All you need to play is to have a Near account and go to this link. I'll drop the link for Pixel Pets here. And I live stream about Pixel Pets Monday to Friday for the most part, playing. And one of the ideas actually that we have is that once it's easy to transfer Pixel Pets to different people, we're going to actually be distributing Pixel Pets to different Marma J Foundation community members who support the community. So I'm very excited about that as well. If you've never tried blockchain gaming before or play to earn gaming, I would definitely suggest trying it out. In my opinion, it's a very fun and low risk way of interacting with a blockchain and having fun on chain. We also had someone who was approved for 10 Marma J tokens to cross-post their article about smart contract security auditing practices in the Web3 space. I know most people that listen in here have probably never tried to audit a smart contract, but if you ever want to read about what goes into trying to keep smart contracts safe and secure, we do have that article on our blog. And this kind of goes to show that we have a lot of different community members that write about a bunch of different topics in the Web3 space. So if you're an artist, who I know some artists today have been showing their work in progress for their creative process for the Marma J Chan pieces. If you would like to write a blog post talking about how you get your process started, maybe you start by tracing the piece, Maybe you use Photoshop, maybe you use another tool, maybe you use an iPad, or like I know Bianca, for example, she used to use like her mouse and click over a piece to trace. Then she started using an iPad, and it got so much easier and so much more efficient for her to create digital pieces. Maybe that's the kind of blog post or guide that you want to write to support other Marma J community members. You're able to submit whatever kind of blog post that you would like to support the Marma J Foundation community. So I will also drop the guide here for submitting proposals to the Marma J DAO, and just below that, I will also submit the content creation guide specifically. So Bianca also just fixed up the content submission guide. So thank you very much, Bianca, as well for that. But if you're someone who's here and you're like, hey, I think I have some knowledge or some support that I can provide the Marma J community to support individuals as they try and get involved in the Web3 space. Maybe it's about minting on Mintbase, which can be very difficult for some people, like setting up royalties, setting up split fees, how large can the files be and all of that. Maybe you want to talk about minting on Paras. Hey there, Ricky, glad that you can make it. Maybe you want to submit a guide for minting for the first time on Paras. How do you set up a series? How do you set up a collection? Those can all be guides that you can write for the Marma J Foundation. Now, first, you should submit a idea that you'd like to write about. Then the DAO Council, so myself, Rebecca, or Bianca, will respond and say, hey, this sounds like a great idea, or hey, can you please add some more information about what you want to write about? Then, once your blog post gets added to the website, marmaj.org/blog, I'll show that in a second, then you'll be able to send out a payout proposal to the DAO for 10 Marma J tokens. So just explaining that if you would like to write for the Marma J Foundation, you're free to do that. If you'd like to, I know I was talking to John a bit earlier about maybe creating some video content. The content creation bounty is also available for video content as well. So if you'd like to create a video walkthrough of your creation process of an NFT, or a video walkthrough talking about how to mint on Paras, you can also submit that as a proposal. We have some proposals pending, and so the one from Nicole about actually, I'll drop this one in the chat because I think this one will be pretty relevant to many of the people here listening. Nicole is someone who actually came from the Axie Infinity team. She's one of the people that manages the team, and we support her through that scholarship. They also created their first NFT and happened to do it on the Let's BB Creative store, so that's amazing. We ended up purchasing the NFT, and also they wanted to create a blog post about their creation. So if you wanted to do something similar, this would be a great kind of post to follow. Now, Bianca did leave some comments to kind of help the post as well. I would definitely suggest reading Bianca's comments to help you along with the post. As well, we have actually a discussion that we've actually mostly talked about. We have a Cryptovoxels parcel that gets rented out each month. Muti DAO is another DAO within the ecosystem that has been renting it out for the past few months. Long story short, the Marma J Foundation has been funding both the rental, which is 10 Marma J per month, and has been funding the creative process on the parcel for the past couple of months just to get things started. My comment on the initial proposal was that, I think that moving forward, the Marma J Foundation can and should and would love to continue supporting the creative process that supports the Muti DAO, creating new assets and organizing things on the parcel. But I don't think that it's a great precedent to continue to actually pay the rental fee as well. Now I know I ramble and I talk way too much and a lot, but I'm going to leave this time for either Rebecca, Bianca to voice their opinions, and Ricky. I know that you're kind of this is like all thrown in at once, and I know you got a lot going on, but feel free to either comment on the forums, in the chat, or unmute yourselves as well.
Yeah, so for this specific proposal, I think it was great how it was going for the first few months, and I think now it's a good time to discuss readjusting it. So for the cost for renting the parcel and the cost for like contributing to the parcel, I think it's great to keep the like setting up the parcel and editing it and all that is great. But for the part where we pay them to use the parcel, I think that's kind of an area where we can reevaluate.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, I would agree as well. It's something where then if anyone's also looking to how Marma is using its parcel in Cryptovoxels and wanting to like replicate or use it the same, like I hear what you were saying before, Chloe, about setting a precedent that actually doesn't end up being in the best interests of all parties in the long term. And it was great to start out and gain some traction and interest and be more attractive in this way, where we were also paying the rent while also looking to incentivize individuals who are interested in working on the build of the space as well. So scaling back and saying, okay, yeah, we'll still continue to support the build. As for the rent, that is something that we'd like to continue to actually receive instead of giving. Then that I think not only sets a more beneficial precedent for anyone else looking at the example that we're setting, but then also as a precedent for anyone in the future, in addition to the multi-DAO who might want to use the space. And this is just a way to help make all of us a bit more self-sufficient, to look at the ways in which we're using DeFi tools and different instruments in addition to rentals and alternative sources of revenue to help run all of our operations. So this is hopefully going to be an inspirational point for others as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the points there. Also, I could see us potentially just offering to incentivize the working on the space and set up streams more. So potentially, I know Tabea from the Muti DAO only asked for 10 year for working on this space, which is around like $100 and something US. In my opinion, we could also just, for this, especially as it's a transition month, we could just offer, let's say, 15 Marma J, for example, for working on this space. And then the rental would still cost 10 Marma J, but then they could, either use the 5 Marma J they already have and then, purchase 5 more off the market, or however they see fit. But instead of making it, I think it would just be potentially beneficial as a transition month to offer more than they're asking for.
I think you cut out a little bit at the end there, but as a transition month offer, I think I heard you. I'm also interested in Ricky, who's going to become our resident DeFi expert and is working away at that. Interested in your views on this, Ricky.
You were unmuted for a second there, Ricky, and you went back to being muted. Feel free to...
Something happened.
Yeah, feel free to stay muted if you're busy. You could always chat, and we could always talk about it in the the closed group for council and devs as well. But I think this is also potentially, Ricky, where you could provide some insight overall. As we look, I think, Rebecca, you brought up a very good point of trying to have us be more sustainable and self-sufficient as a DAO and using our assets more efficiently. Obviously, it's great to be able to, give as much as possible and support the community. But it's also good to like assess, what are the assets that we have and how much can we earn, let's say on a monthly basis or on a certain period of time through utilization of those assets. So I kind of set up the whole 10 Marma J a month out of my head. It's a pretty arbitrary number. But Muti DAO has been supporting us for a few months by using the space, but arguably it has been free because we've been footing the entire cost. So it would be great to try and move forward to a time where, or like to a method of renting the parcel that we're bringing some sort of revenue into the chat. So my recommendation from here, at least, is that we do not foot the bill for the rental, but we offer 15 Marma J for them working on the parcel. And if they decide to use 10 of that Marma J tokens or 10 of those tokens for the rental and keep 5, that is perfectly fine. Maybe for December, we can reassess how that works as well. Does that seem acceptable? Do you think we should keep it at 10? I know, Bianca, you usually have opinions about how funds get spent as well.
I think your suggestion for this upcoming month is good. I think it's a good transition, like you said. And then we can always reassess in December because the Marma J token has been steadily climbing in value. So I guess we could see how things go for December and reevaluate there. So I like your idea.
Sounds good. That I guess mostly settles that for Rebecca. If
yes, you have a plan. No, I just also wanted to further affirm that I like this plan.
Awesome, loving it. Also, since the council members have just spoken, at the end of this retrospective, I have added that each council member of the DAO, so Chloe, myself, Mex Bex, Rebecca, and Bianca, are all eligible to request 21.19 Marma J tokens from the DAO for their council member duties. We will be hopefully turning this into a bounty on Astro soon. That is not ready yet on Astro, but for now, feel free. I know, Rebecca, you usually like add to it, add a reply. Feel free to either add a reply or just use this link to the look back, to the retrospective in the DAO, and feel free to request your payout whenever you are ready. Now, on to the more fun stuff, I suppose. Marma J Chan. So I'm going to drop the link for Marma J Chan in the chat so everyone kind of look along and read along with what I'm reading. I know a lot of people joining this chat are artists who have like joined the community because of Marma J Chan. Welcome, and thank you so much. So this is what Marma J Chan looks like. I'll be zooming in on my page so we can actually read it. So I'll read it along. About Marma J Chan. Marma J Chan is an embodiment of love and positivity. She is a Web3 artist and developer who uses Web3 technology to support her community and the projects that she is passionate about. She loves dogs, pot cakes especially. So I'll share, actually, I'll go get it now, actually. I can find it. Look at this. Bianca did a wonderful job and created a gallery page for the Marma J Foundation. So Bianca, you're just killing it with all these wonderful shares. But this, yes. So I'll share the NFT of Marma J Chan's puppy. So if you'd ever like to create your Marma J Chan to have I know someone's working on a skateboarding version of Marma J Chan. I know there's like a chibi version of Marma J Chan and a bunch of different variations being worked on. Also, this is the NFT, the first official NFT of Marma J Chan that I just shared. But if you'd like to either, you could also draw Marma J Chan with Near Chan as like a collaboration, because Marma J Chan loves hanging out on the beach as well as socializing with her friends. And Marma J Chan and Near Chan are great friends. So if you're in this chat and you have no clue who Near Chan is, well, we're going to share a link there, and I'll pull up Near Chan on my screen as well, because there's been so many wonderful submissions for Near Chan, and obviously Near Chan is what inspired Marma J Chan to be created. Ever since Jordan Starpause submitted the do it in your style, draw this in your style for Near Chan, I've been very excited to work with Bianca and the Marma J Foundation to get an example out for Marma J. But you can use that link there and see all the different ideas and examples of Near Chan, and hopefully these Near Chan renditions can give artists some ideas of how they might draw different variations of Marma J Chan. And so as we get submissions for Marma J Chan, we're going to be collecting there as well. So if you need some more inspo or some more inspiration for what to include in your Marma J Chan submission, her hobbies are animal rescue, beach cleanups, skateboarding, playing soccer, coding, creating art, collecting NFTs, and supporting the Marma J community. Her hair color is pink. Of course, you can get creative with things. Maybe you can put a story behind Marma J Chan. Maybe she dyed her hair one day after going shopping with Near Chan and they bought some new hair dye. Who knows? Her eye color is pink, blue, and white with yellow stars. Thank you for that creativity, Bianca. Skin color, caramel, and body type, curvy. So we have a color palette that you can download the style sheet. And I love how the chibi version, so someone has already included the logos or icons in the NFT as well. So definitely feel free to get creative. Maybe Marma J Chan could have accessories that have Marma J icons or logos on them. It's completely up to the artist to in my opinion, I would like the artist to be as creative as possible. Definitely don't feel the need to stick specifically to what you see on the Marma J Chan rendition that we've created. So we do have a draw this in your style submission form. I will share the submission form here in the chat. So for this submission form, the first question is, are you an NFT artist creating within the Near ecosystem? Hopefully you are. If you're not, and you're watching this on YouTube later on, definitely drop into our Telegram chat, say, hey, I don't have a Near account. We will get you one. If you are an artist, share your Near account with us. We can get you on the Let's BB Creative Store. You can start minting on Paris right away. And we'd love to support your work as we expand our collection of NFTs. So as I said, and I shared it already, the Marma J DAO is looking to expand its collection of NFTs from the Near community. Now, to be eligible, you must, as I said, of course, you have to have a Near account. That is like prerequisite for minting on Near. You have to create your own variation of Marma J Chan. Currently, we are only collecting from Mintbase and Paras. So if any of you were on the Twitter Spaces art share earlier, you know that there's a new NFT platform already on mainnet in beta from Near Hispano Guild, and they have a bridge from Aurora to Near, and they're doing a lot of cool, amazing things. We are not necessarily collecting NFTs from that platform yet. I'll use yet because obviously we'd love to collect from every platform eventually, but for right now, for the month of November, December, we are collecting from Mintbase and Paras. And then you should explain, please add the explanation in for why the Marma J Foundation should add your Marma J Chan NFT to our collection. Now, I've already seen Near Chan, and I've seen the hundreds of, there's so many creations. And so I would love for the same, excitement around Marma J Chan to ensue. And so the Marma J DAO is going to have to actually sift through and look through all of these NFTs to pick which ones we're going to collect. So every Sunday, we're going to be collecting these NFTs. And so if you don't get collected next Sunday, don't worry, don't fret. The Sunday after that, we're going to collect some more NFTs. And the Sunday after that, we're going to collect more NFTs. And so every single Sunday, for the rest of the year at least, we're going to continue collecting Marma J Chan NFTs. So here's a little form. If you meet all the requirements, please submit using the form. Indicate whether you'd like to be added to our community site as store as well. So in this form at the bottom, a little checkbox, and if you check that box, I will add your Near account to the Let's BB Creative store on Mintbase as well. And you can feel free to mint your Marma J Chans on the Let's BB Creative store. Now, not creative advice or anything like that, but obviously anything minted on the Let's BB Creative store, the royalties and split fees go back to the Marma J DAO. So it's obviously wonderful to be able to collect from the Let's BB Creative store because it also supports the DAO in that way. But you can mint on multiple platforms as well if you have multiple different Marma J Chan creations that you want to create. Please include your social media URL. So I know a lot of people here can be reached on Twitter. It'd be great to have you add your Twitter so we can, follow you, retweet your work. And also, we are going to be reaching out to people who have really well done Marma J Chan submissions and potentially adding them to or inviting them to be added to our Marma J Mintbase store specifically. The theme of that store is love, support, and positivity, and you can mint anything on that store that has to do with love, support, and positivity. We can talk about that another time, not very important, but this is the submission form for Marma J Chan. So hopefully we already had 2 or 3 submissions. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted. We'll be also giving out Marma J tokens to some of the submissions that we think are really well done, regardless of collecting them. Now, the 2 submissions that I've seen so far, and I will share them in this chat, one of them has already been collected. So if you check out the history, if it loads, Mike.near bought one already. So super exciting about that. So if you don't know who Mike is, Mike Purvis from the Near Foundation has been supporting Near for a very long time. So thank you so much to Mike. I've learned a lot. When I was first learning about Near like a year ago or over a year ago, I was watching lots of Mike's videos on the Near YouTube channel to learn about progressive onboarding and to learn about access keys and all that stuff. So it's really cool. For me, it's really cool to know that Mike is collecting a Marma J Chan. And, Dwayne Lumine.near, congratulations for being in Mike's collection. That's super cool. We officially launched Marma J Chan like last night, and to know that there's already collections happening is amazing. Also, we have Marma J Chan Chibi, which is the second submission. There might be more than this by now. I have not checked since this stream. But I love this one as well. And if we go to the history here, there you go, an hour ago, created by Diax.near. Wonderful. So as I said, some of these NFTs might get collected before we even get a chance to collect them from the DAO. Hopefully not all of them, because I actually want these to be in the DAO's collection. But again, as I said, we will be collecting on a weekly basis on Sundays. So what we're going to do is, just like this call we're having right now, we are going to, so for example, this Marma J Chan Chibi, say it's the only one that's here in the collection, We will drop the link in the chat. We will discuss whether we should collect it. So obviously anyone from the community is free to say, yes, we think we should collect it. So everyone here listening will be free to unmute, say what they like about it, say why we should collect it, say what's unique and special. And then we will actually purchase it right there during the call as long as the community is on board with it. So that's how it's going to work starting from next Sunday. Obviously, even if they've been collected by someone else, we still might collect. So for example, next Sunday, if the community decides, hey, we really want to collect this first Marma J Chan as well. So the one that was submitted by Dwayne Lumin.near. We could actually also place an offer. So if you look at the info on this NFT, there's 10% royalties. So what we can do is we can go to place an offer, and I have not logged in on this browser. But then we can actually say, how much should we offer? If Rebecca, myself, Ricky, and Bianca decide, hey, maybe we should offer 15 near to Mike to see if he'll let it go. Then we will also offer as well on the piece, and the artist, if it gets sold, will earn the royalties. So even if your piece has already been sold to someone else throughout the week, it does not mean the Marma J DAO will not still try and collect it. I think that's a great way for artists to earn royalties and continue to, earn from supporting the foundation with Marma J Chan. On the last point, I'm pretty sure I've received, I've received at least one person giving me their Near account for me to add them to the Let's BB Creative Store. So again, my Twitter DMs go to an archive box, so I get a lot of spam. So if it takes me a little while to get to you and add you to the store, no worries. Feel free though, just to use this main chat. You do not have to DM me. Anyone here is welcome to use this main chat whenever they'd like to reach me. Just tag me, respond, whatever. I'm in this chat almost 24/7. You can always reach out to me here. Any questions you have about getting involved, about your submission, if you want to share work in progress images, you will need to be an actual admin, which will make you a community member. So if you're trying to share links or images in the chat, Telegram will not allow you to unless you are an actual guild member. So I have to do that manually. We get way too much spam, as I said. So if you're in this chat right now and you're like, hey, I would like to potentially share some work in progress pieces, just write out in the chat. Some people have already done it to say, hey, I'd like to be a guild member, and we can get that done for you as well. That's honestly about all I have specifically to talk about. I mean, that's all. It's been 47 minutes of basically me rambling. If anyone has any questions, comments.
We love listening to Chloe talk, don't we, everyone? It's always insightful, always interesting, and always good to hear.
Absolutely.
But opening up the floor as well, of course, in case anyone here who's joined us over the duration of this call so far has anything you'd like to share. There's been some people posting in the chat already about the kinds of Marma J Chan they want to create. Saw something about what was it? A digital artist Marma J Chan trying to create a cyber Marma J Chan. My bad. That's so we're looking forward to all these ideas. If you wanted to riff on the kind of Marma J Chans you would like to see and maybe also create, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
And as well, if no one would like to unmute and share, that is totally fine. I'm kind of just sitting here adding people as guild members as well. So, excuse me for not, having much to actually say at the specific moment. Again, continue to ask to be a specific guild member if you'd like to share. When you join the chat, you are like rate limited, and you can't share a lot of stuff because we get a lot of spam. If you're an artist looking to become a guild member and share more, I am going through right now, and I am adding people. I did it again. See, this is what I get.
Yes, more guild members. Yes,
Woo!
everyone wants to be a guild member. This is so gratifying. Great. I mean, Chloe's doing all the work, but so happy to hear that people are interested in Chloe doing that.
Yeah, it's great to see. I mean, personally, Bianca again spent most of the actual time working. But it's been wonderful to see so many community members getting on board with Marma J Chan and being excited to create to support the community. And we're excited to collect, in my opinion, as well. So.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. And also, kind of, while we have everyone here, whether you want to type in the chat or unmute, also just wondering, because, come off, some of us from the NearCon event, pretty significant, pretty large. There's a lot of crypto conferences happening at the moment still, including, generally Web Summit is this week. So if there was any feelings of FOMO, if there was any interest in having some kind of like Marma J hosted event, just throwing that out there. I actually haven't even told Cody and Bianca about this. I'm thinking aloud at the moment while we have a sample size of folks. Would people here be interested in attending? I don't even have an idea about what kind of event it would be. It might even just be like a Marma J Chan birthday party when we have enough submissions coming through that we can really put them up in a gallery in one of the Cryptovoxels parcels maybe, and just like celebrate the existence of this really cool collective art project. So I don't know, would people be interested in that, in attending like some sort of event that Marma J hosted?
I think that's a great idea, Rebecca.
Thanks. I think it would be just be really cute too, because I haven't attended too many Cryptovoxels or like metaverse parties in my time. So I feel like we should have some more so that selfishly I can attend them. But then also so that we have the opportunity to celebrate this new growth to the Marma J community as well.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think like the Marma J birthday and Marma J Chan birthday party is such a cute idea.
Yeah. Oh, because then we could have it also like spun out like what sort of outfit would she wear to her birthday party, or like what, right? Like what sort of gifts do maybe Near Chan stops by and gives her a gift. What does that look like? Is it another really awesome skateboard? Is it I don't even know the possibilities though of what it could be. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I know also Jordan, I don't know if everyone here knows about the Loot Project. Pretty much it's a game where it's just a black background with like white words describing the kind of loot that you would get out of like a loot box. They had like, divine robes or rings of power and all this stuff. And Jordan kind of riffed off of that and created like what would Near Chan's loot be, her outfit. And so I think a really cool idea, could be like council members, maybe like we can do one each of us, maybe even Ricky, you can do one as well. And we can create like just a list of like 5 to 7 items that Marma J Chan might have, say for a birthday party, let's say, right? If we're doing her birthday. And then artists from the community, you guys have been doing a wonderful job already, can start to create some of these items, whether you just create the item on its own or whether you, create Marma J Chan wearing these items, or it can be like, a loot bag of what would be in Marma J Chan's loot bag at her party, like just in general.
Yes.
So I think it's a super cool idea.
What would the cake look like?
Exactly.
What kind of music does she like? Like, let's go into it.
I love it. I love these ideas. I'm sure that over the next few weeks, as we get many more submissions, We're gonna have a lot of fun experimenting with what Marma J Chan could be. I expect to see many different proposals coming in for maybe teaching. Like if you're in the community, and I know Rebecca is sharing an idea that she has now about Marma J Chan's birthday and what she might have. If you're in the community and you have an idea of how Marma J Chan could expand, please feel free to share it as well. I mean, we are just 3 or 4 council members. We are not the entire community. We just try and lead how we can support the community. So my hope personally is that Marma J Chan doesn't just embody like me or the DAO Council, but kind of embodies the entire Marma J community of spreading love and positivity and support in the Web3 crypto space in general. So, and yes, I'm going to continue adding people as guild members.
Yes, love the enthusiasm. And yeah, looking forward to hearing other people's ideas as well. This is just one to throw out there, and if people like it enough, I'll draw up a proposal on the forum for feedback as well. I know. You heard it here. It will happen. And that way, just to elicit some feedback, some potential ideas, some responses, and maybe other biscuits for other really cool ideas and like iterations of other things we want Marma J Chan to do or be engaged with, or any of the other projects we have going as well. This is just something that seems to be really capturing a lot of imagination at the moment, and that's some really good energy and momentum to come.
Yeah, I think that's actually, I think the birthday party, honestly, is a great idea. Just in general of like, where would the birthday party take place? Who would be there? I think it's really cool because, I think having a first birthday or a day 0 birthday is super cool. Especially because we can have the second birthday or, first birthday a year from now, and kind of showcase how much Marma J Chan has changed or evolved over the year. So I think I love the idea personally. We obviously have our Cryptovoxels parcel where we could also, decorate. If anyone here, I'm not the best at editing Cryptovoxels parcels. I have fun with it and I try. But if any artist here has done some Cryptovoxels editing in the past, and I know there's like the Near Hub spaces as well, and I'm going to be working with Crypto Near a little bit, so maybe we can even have they actually have login with Near implemented as well. So we could even have, there's so many fun things we can do to actually host a Marma J Chan birthday party where everyone that attends could get like an airdrop of Marma J. I don't know if everyone knows this already, but the Near multi-call team is working on the code. I think they finished it already, where we can attach fungible tokens to transactions, to calls on the Near blockchain. So pretty much, we will be able to have a DAO proposal that can send Marma J tokens to up to 30 people at once. So it'd be pretty cool if we're able to know who actually attended the Marma J Chan's birthday. We can start airdropping Marma J tokens to attendees through DAO votes and really try and kind of, spread the love of what Marma J is doing through like a Marma J Chan birthday party. Sounds really exciting.
Yes. Okay. Done. So now I think we have to do this.
I think so as well.
I think we've just committed to this. Let me throw out the proposal this week, though, and hopefully it'll be something that we can bring forward to next week's call to discuss in greater detail, because I'm thinking, December is a really good time, perhaps, like early December, so that we have like a month to talk about it, to see some creations, to, promote accordingly, and then also possibly figure out the right space for it. So totally forgot about Near Hub. Yeah, let's see how far along they are in their build.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. And I think it could also, I think like, early December, mid-December could be a great time as well. Because as we get like the winter themes coming in, the Christmas themes coming in, I'm sure
Yeah.
that could play a large part into like the birthday party, gift giving, and different themes as well. So I'm looking forward to the proposal. Um,
Okay.
Coming in this week. Wow, look at this. Rebecca's getting a proposal
I
in.
I'm I'm back, everyone. This is what happens. I come
Bianca,
back with a
yes,
vengeance.
Bianca's gonna have a sticker pack made. We have a full chat
Yes.
of people who are excited to create different Marma J Chan renditions. And we're gonna start doing some collecting starting next Sunday. So hopefully we see a lot of you here again next Sunday. We would love, obviously, for the actual artists to share their pieces during the call. Feel free to unmute next week and maybe talk a bit about your inspiration or what got you into creating, where you're from, any of that stuff. And I'm sure we'd love to hear that as we look to collect your pieces. We are at the hour now, though, and so usually these calls, while they have no minimum time limit, they usually we try and have them have a maximum time
Try
limit.
and set a maximum.
We
Yeah.
do try and set a max of an hour. So thank you everyone for coming on the call. Again, if you ever have any questions, concerns, comments, please leave them in this Telegram chat. We will get back to you pretty quickly. The pinned message has a lot of information about how to submit a proposal, what type of guides we're looking for content creation. And yeah, looking forward to hearing more from all of you over the coming days and weeks. And so, yeah.
Thanks so much, everyone. This has been such a good call. Looking forward to chatting with everyone over the week and at the next call.
Okay, ending the call
Thanks,
now.
everyone.
Thank you so much, all. That was wonderful. I know that if you've been looking on YouTube, you saw Marma J Chan for the past like 10 minutes as I've been talking to my phone screen. That's how it goes. Most of the call is hosted in the Telegram, to be honest. So that's where most people are active. We try and have the YouTube just so that we can show more of a visual representation of what's going on. So if you'd like to get involved, please join our Telegram. We have these calls every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And if you'd like to be a guild member so you can share your work in progress of Marma J Chan, or you could just share more often of what's going on, please ask to do that. Also, I know we talked about Let's BB Creative Store. If you would like to be added as a minter to the Let's BB Creative mint-based store, where you can mint whatever you'd like to support yourself as an artist and support the Marma J Foundation as well through the sales, please feel free to either use the submission form like we talked about and tick that little box saying you want to join our community store, or just come into a Telegram chat and say, hey, Chloe, could you please add me to Let's BB Creative Store? And I will do that. With that being said, that's it for this call. Very exciting and lots of energy in this call. Very excited to continue this energy and keep the vibes going as we look to collect more NFTs from the community. I think we've been waiting a long time to get to this point so we can set up the foundations of the DAO, to be very strong and secure so we can support the community with it. I think we're at a place now where we can start supporting the community efficiently through NFT collection, through the Marma J Chan, through different proposals that come through the DAO. On Astro, there's still a bug where users cannot actually request Marma J tokens as payouts. So that is an issue that we still have, but that bug should be fixed this upcoming week. And Bianca is going to be working on a new guide. So if you've never seen the guide before, we do have, if you go to our blog on the Marma J Foundation and you check out our guide, so how to submit a payout proposal to Sputnik V2 Beta, this is the current guide. I'll click into it. We're going to update this guide to showcase submitting a proposal on AstroDAO. There are two different user interfaces for the exact same DAO. But if you go to this V2 Sputnik.fund, you'll see that it is, beta software, test in production, not audited, use at your own risk. But this is our DAO address, marmaj.sputnik-dao.near. Our bond is, 0.19 near. We have some near in the funds, but it actually doesn't show how much Marma J we have. If we go to, and I always have to do this, come on. Okay, well, my screen is, here we go. If I show you AstroDAO, there's actually a space for us to show off the treasury. So we can just show off our treasury. You can see how much near we have. You can see how much cucumber tokens, fire rune tokens, Mika tokens, and you can see how much Marma J tokens we have, okay? So the beauty here is you can obviously see what's going on and see what our treasury looks like in total. But when you propose a payout, I'm not logged in. I'm not even sure if it'll allow me to log in. On this browser. But when you log in and you propose a payout, if you try and request a payout in fungible tokens, so Marma J, Hype, Fire Rune, Cucumber, there's a bug. It's not going to work. It's not going to let you propose the payout. Once that's fixed, we are going to change all of our guides to use AstroDAO as a user interface, and it'll be much easier for the community to take part in requesting payouts. So I'm very excited about this. It's probably the update I'm most looking forward to because we've been waiting. We've had this DAO for almost 6 months now, and we haven't really had a reasonable way for the community to take part in interacting with the DAO. As you can imagine, trying to use this user interface we've had community members do it, right? Requesting different fungible tokens like 2.9 Marma J. We've had 225 near go out for NFT collecting and all of that, but it's been very difficult for most members to use this UI. So I'm very excited for this new UI to be, I wouldn't say bug-free, but for this specific bug to no longer be there, so we can start distributing more Marma J tokens to the community. Our goal is to distribute all of these tokens to the community efficiently as soon as possible. And then whenever we keep distributing Marma J, we're going to buy it back from the market on ref and then distribute Marma J tokens that way. But thank you very much for anyone that came in, listened in, watched in, however you took part in today's community call. Even if you're watching this a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, or whenever, really appreciate you taking the time to take part in the Marma J weekly community call. And I'll probably be live tomorrow playing Pixel Pets yet again. And once this DAO has been fixed, I will also go live doing a little bit of a guide for how to submit a proposal to AstroDAO on the Marma J DAO. But for now, that's about it. Thank you everyone for watching, and that's all from Chloe Lewis, founder of the Marma J Foundation.